Hey everybody, Tim Shea with the Shea Group Realty of Keller Williams in Beverly, Massachusetts. I'm here with your other hump day helper and helping you stay connected and getting to know your neighborhood. I decided to spice things up today and bring in a colleague of mine to have him introduce you to his friend in Trusted Referrals. So Bill Reilly, I'd like to welcome you to the show and thank you so much for taking time today.
I appreciate it, Tim. Thank you for having me here.
So you just recently started up with Keller Williams, but you've been in the industry for a while. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Just came to Keller Williams back in October. I do have about 4 years of experience in real estate right now, working with residential buyers and sellers here in the North Shore. I also have some background in commercial property and apartment rentals.
Okay, great.
And prior to that, 15 years of experience in food service management. So I worked for a local restaurant chain and food and nutrition departments in the healthcare industry.
Okay, all right, great. I worked many years in the food service industry, so I know your pain. So why don't you introduce us to your friend in Trusted Referral today?
Sure. So today I have Brian Vinagro from Peabody Wealth Advisors, a colleague from the Peabody Area Chamber of Commerce, which we're both members of. So thank you, Brian, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks for taking time, Brian.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and Peabody Wealth Advisors.
Yeah, sure. So I actually started in the industry in 1997. It was a temporary job. I was waiting basically to take the police exam, and here we are almost 20 years later. So I fell in love with the industry. But I'm a certified financial planner with Peabody Wealth Advisors, right in Danvers. We also have offices in Saugus and Marlborough as well. Okay. At Peabody Wealth Advisors, you'll always hear us talk about the importance of having a plan, and our team works diligently with having our clients identify and rank their goals so that we can help them create realistic plans. Oftentimes, we partner with our clients and their other trusted advisors like you guys, CPAs and attorneys, to really help our clients work towards realizing their dreams. And I would say our client relationships really focus on what I call the 4 pillars of wealth management. Number 1 would be investment management, where we take a look at things like IRAs, trust accounts, 401ks, college savings plans. Number 2 would be tax management, where we help coordinate our clients' distributions from their accounts to minimize taxes from their income stream. Number 3 would be risk management, where we would evaluate your insurance needs as it relates to life insurance, long-term care insurance, or disability insurance. And then really the big one is estate planning. So we really try to manage our clients' assets efficiently while they're alive, and then ensure that they're taken care of should they become disabled, and then minimize taxes as they pass their property when they pass away as well.
All right, so being in the real estate industry, we come across properties that are part of an estate sale from time to time. These can pose certain challenges during the transaction. What can individuals do to begin planning for that?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and in fact, many estates do come with real estate. It could be in the form of a primary house, a vacation home, or some other family properties. And while inheriting a property can be a fantastic legacy, it also has some obligations that heirs might not be prepared for or unable to fulfill. So we tell our clients that they really need to have a plan in place to not prevent or create any new problems for their heirs upon their passing. Mm-hmm. And guys, we tell people to have the estate plan in place and to prepare for it ahead of time. It could be play a major role in the success of your financial plan. But I think most importantly, just having that estate plan could potentially be the greatest gift you'll ever give your family. And sure. Really bringing in an experienced estate planning attorney at that point can be crucial for that success.
Right, sure.
One of the things that comes to mind with the challenge we were talking about would be if the property would have a mortgage on it and they pass away. How is that handled?
Yeah, we see that quite a bit. So if the property does come with a mortgage or a home equity loan, the heirs will really have to negotiate with the lender to work out the terms of the loan. Okay. And in many cases, unfortunately, we see that the heirs actually have to sell the property if there's been no financial provisions as part of the estate plan. So one strategy that we use with our clients to be proactive is to utilize life insurance, okay, which ultimately will create that liquidity and the cash necessary to pay off those final debts upon your passing.
Okay.
The other thing you mentioned is taxes involved with the transaction? They're inheriting a property. It's going to cost them some money. What do they do to plan for that?
Yeah, I think we could all agree that taxes aren't going anywhere. In fact, they're probably going up, right? Yeah. And Ben Franklin probably said it best when he said, "Nothing can be said to be certain but death and taxes," right? So yeah, if you leave a large estate, your heirs could potentially owe state and federal estate taxes on the inheritance. It's important to make sure that your heirs actually have the financial resources necessary to pay that final tax bill and to satisfy Uncle Sam. If your heirs actually sell the property after they inherit the property, they could potentially owe capital gains taxes as well. So that's another issue. And we always advise our clients to sit down with an experienced CPA just to exhaust all the different tax scenarios that could play out upon your passing.
Another thing that comes up from time to time is basically a legacy property, something that's passed down from generation to generation. Being New England, we have beach homes, maybe a home in the mountains or a historic property. That can add additional stress levels to an inheritance. So what would you do to help an individual with that?
Yeah, no, we see that quite a bit actually. So, many families have beloved homes or, properties that have been passed down through the generations. While those emotional ties are very important, they also can tend to cloud or complicate the financial decision making that has to occur upon your passing. I would make sure that my clients and their heirs are really on the same page when it comes to the family legacy. Make sure that the heirs are actually prepared for the financial burdens of owning that property, because that can be a big issue, obviously. And, if it doesn't make sense, then it could actually make sense to prepare the property for sale ahead of time.
Right.
Sure.
Talking about inheriting the property, family members sometimes will disagree about the property. Maybe one wants to sell it for a little more or just to get rid of it. Do you involve the family members with the estate planning process? Is that something that happens?
We've been doing a lot more of that lately, and I feel it's very important. So if our clients ask us to sit down with their family as part of the planning process, we're more than glad to. Unlike cash, real estate can't be easily divided among heirs.
Right.
And, unfortunately, these situations can bring about nasty squabbles between siblings and in-laws. And you really have to think carefully about that dynamic because, it could divide families. Obviously, we've all seen it, unfortunately. Right. So we ask our clients just to make sure that leaving the property from the get-go really makes sense. And if not, then to take an alternative plan.
Sure. Sure. One of the things that happens with family dynamics is a lot of times you see disagreements between siblings and the valuations that they think the property is worth.
Sure. How
do you deal with that issue?
Yeah, so I think we all see it. It's probably more so on your side, but we see many people that have unrealistic expectations about the values of their property on the open market. And I would say if your property is hard to value or might need extensive renovations, for instance, it's always good to bring in a professional like you guys. Sure. You guys are in tune with the market. You know where it's going. We would definitely recommend that somebody would reach out to a professional to get that opinion to hopefully head off any issues or family disagreements that may come about as a result of your passing.
Sure. Especially, and you can agree as well, is that in this market, we're in a seller's market. It's a very competitive market where sellers can sell their property at a good premium. But the unknown is exactly where that premium is. Is it this much? Is it this much? And if you price outside of that range, you could actually be selling that property for a lot less. So it's, getting the guidance of a trusted real estate agent who's, like you said, in tune with the market is definitely key. I think one common theme I hear through all of this and the information you've been able to provide to us is that it's key that you get yourself a great team. You get yourself a great financial planner, an attorney, a real estate, and get yourself a good team to go ahead and get everything together. And what you provided us today is invaluable information. I just want to thank you very much for taking time today.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Why don't you tell the folks how they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Brian Vinagro. I'm a certified financial planner with Peabody Wealth Advisors. We're located at 150A Andover Street, right in Danvers. We can always be found on the web at peabodywealthadvisors.com, and I can also be reached at 978-304-1212. Thank you.
Great, great. And Bill, thank you for bringing in your connection. This has been a great session today.
Yes.
Why don't you tell folks how they can get a hold of you?
Sure. Bill Reilly with Keller Williams Realty in Beverly. Reach me direct at 781-820-6552 or email william.riley@kw.com.
Great, great. And for those that have seen some of my previous episodes, you'll know that this is not my office. We're actually today here at Peabody Access TV in Peabody, and this is a phenomenal setup here. It's a nonprofit. I'm staring not only through our camera, but at 3 high-quality in-house studio cameras. They have mobile cameras to go that you can take out with you on the road. They have a sound booth right there with an engineer. So for a nominal fee to join and support a nonprofit in this organization, you as a business owner or somebody who wants to get a message across or host a TV show or showcase some local businesses and do whatever you want, this is a great opportunity. Peabody Access TV is very heavily involved in youth media. It's one of the things that they pride themselves on. They also take part, if you've lived in Peabody, you know that you've seen some of the town meetings. They're the ones that do this. If you've seen any of the parades, they're the ones that do this. We have volunteers that work here. So give a shout out to Peabody Access TV. You can find them at peabodytv.com or you can reach them at 978-977-0570. Once again, thank you both for taking time today.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
And you guys know that if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can call or text me at 781-789-5128, or you can find me on the web at mrlista.com. And until I see you out there, happy house hunting. Let's go film a movie here. This place is great.